Good evening. Ira Epstein of Linn and Associates with your Metal Market Wrap-Up. And this wrap-up is for Monday, the 20th of December, 2021. Now remember, we're in the Christmas week, which means no trading on Friday. Some markets will even probably be walking away Thursday. You got to be careful here. I'm sending out either later tonight in the morning the holiday schedule for all of you so that you can keep up with it and see what's going on. So the event today, a big sell-off again in the stock market, but what'd you expect? If you think about it, you have the Omicron coming at you 100 miles an hour in Europe right now. We're getting the dribbles and drabbles in America, as you know, but it's already a serious, let's call it dribble and drabble. This is not the faucet turned wide open. That's coming after Christmas. All right, you have to keep your eye on Europe, and the way it works is about 2-3 weeks after their surges happen, we seem to go into our surge. So we get the dribble, drabble, as I like to call it, and it moves on. The good news is, if you saw what happened today with the Moderna vaccine, it is super effective against this if you've had all 3 shots. So everybody's got to make up their mind what they want to do. I know plenty of people that refuse to get the vaccine. My next door neighbor is one. He is now on a ventilator in the hospital, sedated, gone. You know, I don't know if he'll make it or not. They found a blood clot now. It's not good. That's all I can tell you. And that's firsthand knowledge and a good friend of mine. All right. So we walk in, we get that, and then we lose the benefit to the market of the hope that there would be another stimulus package, the Build Back Better plan, and that's out the window. What they'll call it next time around, I don't know, but you can count on it. There will be another attempt at some type of plan in 2022. They'll probably, as Chuck Schumer said, get everybody to try to vote on it, and where are they? We know where they're at. What's the difference? They don't have the votes in the Senate. What can I tell you? If Joe Manchin stays as he is, they don't have the votes. It's really that simple. The Republicans are united. They're not going for that for the plan that was there. Could they go for another plan? Of course. So let's go to the markets and see what they did. The one element you have to understand is gold is fighting a battle now at the 18-week moving average of closes. It's had the inflation story from Fed Chair Powell. It's had the reaction from the Fed in terms of now they're doubled the amount of tapering. I don't buy for 1 second that all these pundits that say we're going to get all these interest rate hikes are yet right. We don't have the information to know just how inflation's going to do until we get through the Omicron, until the supply chain issues get resolved. That's where I'm at. I'm in the camp that has a wide open mind to everything on it. I want to see more info. We'll see what goes on. By the way, if you think I'm by myself, why do you think you're sitting here at 138 on the 10-year note and not at 165, 17? You heard they're going to be raising interest rates. That should have gone up. It's the opposite that's occurred. I don't buy the bear camp either. I have an open mind on the whole thing. As we go to the daily bar chart, there is no trend. It's very evident. You try to break out to the downside. You didn't go anywhere. You just tried an upside breakout over this information. You didn't get anywhere. You pulled back. What does that give you on the swing line? A big nothing. At the moment, you have a lower low and a higher high. That is not a trend. The market is fighting a battle at the 200, the 100, the 18-day average to stay over it. What it did the other day is the market made its first attack of it on Thursday. On Friday, you had your big number that says, yes, if you can go Monday morning, you look really good. And I want to grit with it, really good. And instead, the market pulls back with all this information, and now it's just sort of sitting here, confusing. That's the best word I can give this chart. When you look at the Bollinger Bands, it stops being so confusing. You're caught between basically a lower band and an upper band going sideways in a churn. The longer it goes sideways, the better the odds are of a breakout one way or the other that is important. I'd like it to keep doing this, in other words. When you look at the momentum, well, the momentum was pointing up. This is Friday. Let me get you to this. you certainly would say, uh-oh, look at that, Ira. Maybe it's going to go from there. You got momentum up. You have the market. The bias is up. You're fighting and pushing on the upper Bollinger Band, and then you start rolling over as you're doing right here. Okay, the market's not through telling the story. That's my point. Be patient. The gold-silver ratio peaked out at near 82, but it's not far from that. It's 80.6 right now, 80.59. Silver market, like gold, isn't letting you on as to what it wants to do. You have a lower low, higher high. The difference here is the gold is over these key averages, and you have a series of averages above the market. That's a lot of bearish work that has to be overcome to get a lasting bull market. What about a bear market? Easier, but you don't have a setup for it. You don't have the swing line down. More or less what I think is going to happen is you're going to churn this week in between those Bollinger Bands and force them to narrow sideways. The copper's in this sideways pattern. This is classic what I wanted gold to do, silver might do, and this is what I want. Now the market, when it breaks out one way or the other, is going to start telling us a story. Does this become a top, or has this become a bottom to vault to higher prices? We don't know. At this time, the bears have control. I think they sold the market on Thursday and Friday. I think they're wrong if you get over this high, which is 433.30. You're at 430.70. This morning when the market was breaking down I think at 5:50 in the morning, 5:38, I remember. That's when I was recording, 5:38 a.m. I know you're going to ask me how. I had a client write me, and he keeps telling me my wrong video is posted. The wrong video for the subscribers is not posted. His cache in his browser is doing something. I went in and just checked the original source material, what's on the website, the right stuff is there. Lower highs, lower lows, get over 433.30. And I'm going to start getting interested in this market saying, uh-oh, you're probably going up to wherever that upper Bollinger Band is, but you need to break out of all this before you get too aggressive. In fact, before you make a trade, in my opinion. In the platinum market, resistance is very clear. It's the 18-day average of closes. The market's got itself in a downtrend. It was embedded. This is why that embedded course, that enhanced Bollinger Band course on the website, my website, under research, actually under education for that one, that's what you want to take. When you lose this reading, it's a sign that the market typically, number one, has lost its way with the current trend, and to negate the pattern and let's say clean up that bearishness, it often makes a run for the 18-day average of closes. You tell me where you went on, this was Friday. I don't care what it does today. Now you're at the resistance point. But let me give you a little bit of a warning. If this market wants to turn itself around, it gets over Friday's high, then you'd have, if you don't break down tonight, higher lows, higher highs, and a challenge of the upper Bollinger Band. I think you're more or less, though, going to spin around in that this week. That's what I'm expecting. 4 days, why take big moves? Is there anything after the action we just saw over the weekend that's going to be a big market mover? I don't think so. Palladium's the same story, just a broader market. I think you're going to be stuck right in here. We'll see what it does. The pattern right now, a higher high, a lower low, no trend. So I'm expecting churning going on there. And in the dollar, you've gone from the upper Bollinger Band to a run at the lower band, back up to here. There is no trend. You have a lower low and a higher high, sideways churning action inside the Bollinger Bands. So we talk about this. I was listening today to all the oral news reports that Linn Group was putting out on the website. And it was one report after the other with saying, understand the markets you're in right now, be it the grain markets, the soft commodities, a cotton market, the energy complex. Where are you in these with the Omicron, with the Fed pivot to the inflation fight, and yet looking at everything around you, break down on a day like today? I personally think you get your shopping list out in the stocks, the stock indices, and the like, and I'll cover that in my financial video. But how do you get this? Because it's free. We want to give you a free trial to all this. All you need to do is go to our website, www.iraepstein.com, Free trials on the top left. Sign up and we'll get you all set up. You have a great day. I'm Ira Epstein. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.